Suppose you go to your bank and deposit $20 into your checking account. When do you expect to see that $20 added to your account balance? Immediately, right? Well, years ago, when all of the banks used mainframe computers, you would have to wait until the next day before your account balance was updated. Our current SIS is like that. It was built before the invention of the Internet. It runs on a mainframe computer, which means that every night it has to shut down to process all the transactions that have occurred during that day. And while the system is down for processing, no one can connect to it, so access is limited to certain days and hours. And to make matters worse, our SIS isn't actually a single SIS at all. It's really two separate systems made by two different vendors and run on two mainframe computers. So synchronizing data between these two systems is a lot of work and very time-consuming. The Rufus Initiative will replace several aging and redundant systems with a single enterprise solution.
Ohio's next-gen SIS is going to offer a lot of really neat benefits. Students, faculty, and staff will have direct access to information, such as student account balances, financial aid awards, course offerings, and scheduling information. And all of this data will be available nearly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which means that students will now be able to register for classes after 7 o'clock p.m. You will also see a new web portal, which will offer the convenience of a one-stop shop where users will manage all of their university business through a single personalized website. But more than just a place to view information, it will allow students to interact with their data and to make changes in their account where appropriate. So this offers a more student-centered model for delivering services. For example, say a student has a change of address. The student no longer needs to visit multiple offices when updating personal information. In fact, using a web browser, they can make the change themselves from their home, their dorm, from anywhere. Using web-based self-service, users can do things like pay a fine to remove a hold on an account. An identity management component will help with data security by assigning access privileges to each person based on the roles that they play. In the new SIS, information is stored in one place and shared across units, which allows us to streamline business practices and to improve service for our customers. The next-gen SIS consists of 5 major components. A university web portal. This is a single web page with links to all the university online services, communications, and tools. You log in once using your username and password, and the system remembers your personal settings wherever you go within the university site. Identity management. IDM provides security to the network by setting boundaries on where a person can go, what resources he can access, and what actions he can do once inside. Constituent Relationship Management, CRM. This helps us give individual attention to prospective students and aids with more efficient recruitment. Enterprise Reporting and Intelligence, ERI. This is a set of tools to provide decision makers with the data they need when they need it. At the center of Ohio's next-gen SIS is Campus Solutions, and that's what I will talk about next. Campus Solutions includes modules for 4 functional areas: admissions, financial aid, student records, student financials. The admissions module is used to manage and track data such as students' SAT scores and high school transcripts. The financial aid module is used to track financial aid awards and scholarship funds. The student records module is used to process academic information, such as grades and degrees. And the student financials module is used for student billing and tuition charges. Each of the 4 modules include features that are unique to its own specific function. In addition, there are shared functions, such as the 3 C's and service indicators. The 3 C's include checklists, communications, and comments. What is a checklist? Think of it as a to-do list. An example would be a reminder to submit a diploma name or to pay fees, etc. What is a communication? It is a letter that is sent to the student, either as an email or on paper. What is a comment? Think of it as a yellow sticky note. It is a note or memo that is placed upon a student's record. Another function common to all 4 modules is the ability to set positive and negative service indicators. What's a service indicator? Think of it as an alert flag. A positive service indicator looks like this. An example of a positive indicator would be a note regarding the potential for a scholarship renewal. A negative indicator looks like this. An example of a negative indicator would be a hold placed on an account because of an unpaid bill. The indicator lets the student know that they need to pay the bill before they can register for classes. A third type of indicator, a FERPA indicator, indicates that a student has requested that his or her record be kept confidential. A FERPA indicator looks like this. It is important that the SIS keep accurate and up-to-date information for each person in the system. And this information will include things like name, address, phone number, email address, emergency contact information, date of birth, driver's license number, FERPA description, etc. In the next Gen SIS, all biographic and demographic data is captured once and stored in a central database repository called Campus Community. This data is then shared across the entire university so that people from various office locations or functional areas work with the same set of data, rather than each area managing separate duplicate records. The information stored in the Campus Community Database is accessed using the 4 modules we talked about in the last section. Let's take a look at how the new SIS will impact a typical student. I'll give our student a name. Let's call her Noelle McBride, and watch her step through the student life cycle. As a high school senior, let's say Noelle decides to attend Ohio University. When she sends in her college application, the staff in the admissions office will add her to the system using the admissions module. If she receives financial aid, her award will be managed within the financial aid module. Likewise, when she needs help deciding which classes to take, her advisor will use the faculty advising module. If she uses a credit card to pay the remainder of her tuition bill at the bursar's office, it will be done using the student financials module. Even after graduation, when she's job hunting and wants her transcript sent to employers, it's done through the modules. At each step in her college career, the 4 modules within Campus Solutions work together to maintain Noelle's personal information and college records. And that's not all. Students will be able to update their own information and perform important tasks using the Student Center. The Student Center is a self-service website where students can do things like update their personal data, such as a phone number or address, view their current schedule, register for classes, track pending financial aid, view account balances, pay fees to remove holds on their account, or email an advisor without having to open a separate email program. Faculty will advise students using the Self-Service Faculty Center. All of the information that an advisor needs will be available from here. Advisors will be able to view the same information that students see. This will be useful when helping students plan their course schedules. The academic structure establishes the core building blocks upon which everything else is built. It codifies how things are named in the system. Let's look at some of the new terminology you will be seeing. Institution, campus, academic group, academic organization, subject, career, academic program, academic plan. While the terminology that the system uses is changing, most people in their day-to-day interactions are still going to use the familiar terms we're all used to hearing. So a faculty advisor meeting with a student will still talk about undergraduate requirements and choosing a major. That's not going to change.